Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. This is the last figure from our most recent action figure haul to be reviewed. So that whole haul has been reviewed now. You can check out the last few videos. But today's review is over the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from Earth -44. That's in the Dark Multiverse, which is the mirror multiverse to the regular multiverse. But this Batman is more commonly known as Batman the Murder Machine. Part of me feels like McFarlane didn't want to put Murder Machine on the front of the package in case some parents would be willing to buy this for their kids, because I usually see these figures in the kids' toy aisle, not in the adult collectibles section at stores, interestingly enough. Even though it is an adult collectible, it does say 12 up. It is meant for adults, though. But, you know, older kids, this is still a fine toy for them. It's fine. So, here he is in packaging. Luckily, he's not posed up, which means there'll probably be minimum warping. You got the quote-unquote name right there. Got a nice big side for display. This side's more open. There's the price. I got it from GameStop because it was the only place I could find it, and it's expensive online because everyone loves Dark Knight's Metal. I'm trying to get all the Dark Knight's Metal, Dark Knight's Death Metal characters they release. There's some cool art. We also got several other figures that have come out. I don't plan on getting this Wonder Woman. I already have a few DCEU Wonder Woman figures. I do plan on getting this Wonder Woman. I have that Batman. I do not want this Joker, but I do want that Azrael. Oh, so that's that. Let's open up the Murder Machine. And here he is out of packaging. The Batman from Earth -44, aka Batman the Murder Machine. Yes, so the thing with the Batman in Dark Knight's Metal is there was a team of evil Batmen, and each one was like an evil mirror version of a member of the Justice League, but who was also Batman. Very cool. And this one was obviously the kind of cyborg mirror. Like, Alfred died, and Batman was trying to work on an Alfred AI because he couldn't live without Alfred, and the Alfred AI kind of went insane and just started killing anyone in Gotham that it thought could possibly be of any threat to Bruce, and then it turned him into this cyborg, and wild stuff. Wild stuff. He was recruited by the Batman Who Laughs in order to take over the multiverse, and etc. It's a very cool figure, and a very cool character. The Dark Multiverse Batman were very interesting. Red Death was my favorite, so that 2-pack I have to have. Figures they'd put my favorite one in a 2-pack. But we are going to show you accessories first. All the McFarlane... Oh, there's Godzilla. Ooh, let's hide him. All the McFarlane DC figures come with like a kind of trading card. It's got that poster art from the back. Batman Earth -44, Dark Knight's Metal. Flip it onto the back. First appearance, Dark Knight's Metal. Real name Bruce Wayne, 6'2", 385 pounds. Hailing from Earth -44 in the Dark Multiverse. This Dark Knight was born when an all-powerful AI program designed by Cyborg began to misinterpret its coding to homicidal ends. A cybernetic nightmare, the Murder Machine, is a metallic mangling of the technological power of Cyborg and the tactical brilliance of Batman, formed by ever-changing nanobots. See? I was right. Let's just put that to the side in my stack of other McFarlane cards. We also get the same standard DC stand that we get with all of them. I feel like adult collectibles should come with stands oftentimes. And this one does. It's got the little DC stamp on it, but you can use it for anything the peg will fit. And he also comes with this very cool, like, nanobot hand data tendril-y kind of thing. Like, some of them have sharp points and stuff, and, like, that's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to display him with this just because I think it's a very cool effect. So he'll definitely be displayed with that. Especially since, you'll see. You'll see. Here's the Murder Machine himself. Pretty cool. Pretty cool figure. I like the Murder Machine's design. It's very sleek and kind of simple. Like, it looks like a suit Batman could put on, but it's become his body. It's very interesting. I think the head sculpt is really good. I think the whole sculpt of the Murder Machine is pretty good. Raised bat symbol and everything. The shoulder pads are attached to the shoulder and not to the arm. So that really works out. That's where shoulder pads like this should be attached. The detail and paint are pretty good across the whole figure. I do have some bad things to say about the McFarlane line, like they focus too much on Batman, and some of the articulation could be better, but the detail and paint are always pretty solid, in my opinion. Like, that's really the best thing about them. If you're the type of collector that doesn't really mess around with your toys and you just put them on the shelf to look nice, McFarlane should be the line for you, because they look great. He looks great! Now we're going to get into those. Before we do articulation, I want to show you he does have Iron Man repulsors. But yeah, let's get into articulation. The head, up and down, side to side. It tilts. I like tilts on heads. Up and down on the arms, forward and back. You also have that kind of joint that moves around, but his doesn't really move around that much on each arm. You know, it's kind of like a butterfly joint, but not really. He's been sitting in the cold all day, so he's a little stiff. Double elbow bend. You know, you got this kind of ball thing going on the wrist. I don't really like the joints on the wrists and on the feet too much on these McFarlane figures. Oh, I also meant to mention, one of the reasons I'm displaying him with this hand is because this other hand's a holding hand and he doesn't come with anything to hold, which is odd. You got some pretty good torso, you know? Some real good torso. The waist doesn't really want to move like at all. I think it might not move and is just covered up by this kind of more rubbery piece. In and out on the legs, forward, back. You know, we need a thigh cut on these McFarlanes. There should be a thigh swivel on these things, but they don't have one. Double knee bend. And you got kind of the forward and back on the foot, and it kind of turns as well and stuff. Not quite an ankle pivot, but good enough, I guess. And there's also toe articulation, which is pretty good for posing. So yeah, that is the articulation for Zema the Machine. And now we're going to transition into size comparisons, so you guys can see that. First up, we're going to compare him with another McFarlane figure, another version of Batman. This is the Azrael Batman from Curse of the White Knight. And they have different body types because they're based on different art styles from the comics. But I think they look good together. You know, they'll go in a great alternate Batman display or an evil Batman display or something. And also, let's show them with some DC Direct, DC Essentials Superman, DC Direct, DC Collectibles, whatever. It's defunct now. It doesn't exist anymore. Which is fine. To be honest, DC Direct was never that great. But I did like the Essentials line, so I'm glad the McFarlane stuff still scales well with it. So let's take those big boys away and show off some smaller stuff. You know, speaking of DC Direct, DC Collectibles, how about the Icons line? I actually really liked the Icons line. A lot of people complained about the scale, but I'm of the opinion that as long as a toy line scales with itself, then it scales well. You know what I mean? So yeah, the DC Icons is just way too small. I know Jamie Reyes here is a teenager, but still, that's small, man. Especially since that's armor around his human body. And then I'm also going to show you with a Mattel. This was kind of a standard sculpt for Mattel that you could find on this Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner. Still way too small for McFarlane. So if you want to use something with McFarlane, use the standard like 7-inch DC Collectibles, DC Direct scale, or the McFarlane line itself. Those will be the best things to scale with it. So what are my final thoughts on the DC Multiverse line from McFarlane's Batman Earth -44 Murder Machine from Dark Knight's Metal? It's pretty cool. I really hope to get the others soon. At the time of recording this, The Drowned has not been released, but she's coming. I really want the Flash, Red Death 2-pack, Devastator, Dawnbreaker, etc. The only other ones I have are the Grim Knight and the Batman Who Laughs. I still need the Robin. I still need the second Batman Who Laughs, etc., etc. I need all this stuff, right? All this stuff. I want to... Like, does McFarlane focus on Batman way too much? Yes. But, on the other hand... McFarlane also focuses on recent characters, which I really appreciate, and a lot of the recent characters are Batman-focused because DC won't let other characters have the spotlight other than Batman. So, It is a good figure. If you really liked Dark Knight's Metal and you collect figures, this might be something you would be interested in. I really like it. Don't regret the purchase at all. I've seen him going for like 40, 45 bucks online, so I'm glad I got him for $24.99, even if GameStop's kind of a ripoff. Most of the time, but they came through for me this time. There were a couple murder machines there. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. And I do have a couple action figures coming in the mail. A YMSF Zombie Hedora, and also the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Metallic Pink MMPR Ranger. Keep your eyes open for those, and I'll see you all next time.